Welcome to BAM, Badass Moms with Lori and Jenny. We are moms on a mission to share women's stories about life, fitness, aging, relationships, travel, and much more. Hello, friends, and thanks for listening. I just wanted to take a second to give you a quick reminder about subscribing to the show. If you have not already, just take a moment and do so. This will make sure that you never miss a daily bite or an upcoming episode. And in addition to that, if you have a few extra moments and like to drop us a review, we'd really appreciate it. And there's also a sponsor of the show located at the bottom of all of our episodes. Once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for being badass. Hello, friends, and welcome to today's Daily Bite. Today, I want to talk about the magic of a phone call, right? You know, where people actually pick up the phone, dial a number, and like speak to people, right? Pretty amazing. That's all we used to do, right? If we wanted to communicate with somebody, we would call them and we would talk for hours with them on the phone. I mean, I think back to when I was, in my youth and I was a, teenager, and the hours I would spend on the phone with my girlfriends, talking about really nothing, but, being present and being on the phone and using words and speaking back and forth to each other. And then, fast forward to today, it's very rare that we actually pick up the phone first and call someone. I feel like it's just in us now that we send a text or, we sit and we wait for a response. And instead of just picking up the phone and calling our friends, we sometimes just sit and wait for them to respond to a text that they may have not seen or maybe didn't answer due to whatever. But the bottom line is I feel that the art of communication has really gotten lost and how we communicate, not only with our friends, but our family and, even our children, right? I always love so much when I get on the phone with my friends and we still have those wonderful conversations, or my parents or whomever it may be, even though it might be a little bit of an extra effort, or as some people might consider it, a little bit of an inconvenience to actually call someone and have real conversations versus a back and forth text. I truly believe that the art of actually like speaking and communicating and being present in that moment instead of sending a text and getting a response 30 minutes later, it's so priceless. The act of talking to people and taking the time out of your day to call an old friend. I think it's just so important. And, I know technology makes it so easy for all of us to avoid actual conversations with other humans, but, good and bad at times, right? When you really don't have the time to be on the phone for 30 minutes with somebody and you really just need that quick response answer, yeah, a text is great. Or if you need a response that you don't really need something right away and you can wait 30 or 40 minutes or maybe half a day to get, that's okay. But I do think we could be a lot more productive, not just in our personal lives, but also in our work lives, as opposed to sending endless emails and sending texts and waiting for responses. Just pick up the phone and call, right? You'd be surprised. I think people actually like to answer their phone when, they know who it is, obviously, because they're excited that someone's actually taking the time to call them as opposed to just sending them a text. And even if you have to leave a voicemail, I think that's just as important because it shows that whoever you're reaching out to, that you made that extra effort and they're going to call you back. So my whole thing about today really is to take a moment and think about who could you actually call instead of text. And how much more rewarding would that be in your day and theirs to actually have those in-person conversations? And don't get me wrong, texting is easy. It's changed the way that we communicate, which is fantastic. But I also think don't lose that lost art of communication and bonding with one another and really showing people you care by reaching out and saying, hey, how are you today? Or reaching out for information you might need for work. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day, keeping badass.